Have you ever wondered why, even though you eat well, stay active, and follow all the right health advice, your legs still feel weaker than they used to? Why do those steps feel a little steeper? Or getting out of a chair takes a little longer than before? Is it simply age catching up with you? Or could something else be quietly working against you? The truth might surprise you. It's not always about what you're not doing. In fact, you might already be doing it without realizing how harmful it can be. Most seniors make this mistake every single day, and they do it confidently, believing they're doing something good for their health, because they've been told all their lives that fruits are nature's perfect food. Fruits are healthy. Yes, but here's what nobody talks about. Not every fruit is good for aging bodies. In fact, some of the most common fruits, ones we eat weekly without thinking, can gradually weaken your legs, worsen knee pain, aggravate inflammation, and make walking harder. Fruits that are marketed as healthy can, in reality, be working against your mobility, your balance, and your strength. You see, as we age, our metabolism slows down, circulation weakens, and inflammation tends to rise. Foods that once helped our bodies can slowly start to harm us, especially certain fruits. They look innocent, taste sweet, and seem refreshing, but inside, they contain acids, natural sugars, and compounds that can affect blood sugar balance, increase joint inflammation, and even damage the small blood vessels that keep your legs strong and nourished. The worst part is, the damage is subtle. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't notice it until one day you feel a sharp ache in your calves, a burning tightness in your knees, or a strange heaviness in your thighs after a short walk. Today, we are revealing the 7 fruits every person over 60 should think twice about, especially if you want to protect your legs from weakness, pain, and long-term damage. By the end of this video, you'll see your fruit bowl in a whole new way. So, if you value your strength, your balance, and your ability to stay independent, stick with me until the end. Your body might be waiting for this wake-up call. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications if you care about your health and independence. This channel is where we uncover the hidden truths about aging that no one else talks about. Alright, let's start with the first fruit on our list. It's famous for fighting inflammation, but for seniors, it can actually do the opposite. 1. Pineapple. The hidden inflammation trigger. Pineapple. It's tropical, juicy, refreshing, and long celebrated for its anti-inflammatory enzyme, bromelain. But here's the twist. While bromelain can have benefit, pineapple as a whole can quietly cause more harm than good in older adults. Pineapple is rich in both natural acids and sugars, and as we age, our blood vessels become more sensitive and fragile. They don't handle sugar spikes the same way they once did. When you eat pineapple, your blood sugar rises quickly, flooding your system with glucose. Over time, these repeated spikes can damage tiny blood vessels, especially in the legs and feet, reducing circulation and oxygen flow. The result? Your muscles tire faster, your legs feel heavy, and swelling appears after even mild activity. You might notice dull aches in your calves, stiffness in your knees, or soreness in your ankles, even after resting. There's another issue too. Pineapple's acidity can irritate inflamed joints. For those already dealing with arthritis or chronic joint pain, that acid can act like fuel on a slow-burning fire, worsening the discomfort. And if you're taking medications, especially blood thinners, bromelain can interfere with how those drugs work, making them either too strong or not effective enough. What makes pineapple especially tricky is that the negative effects creep up gradually. There's no immediate reaction, just a slow decline in how your legs feel and function. Many seniors never suspect pineapple because it's been marketed for decades as a healing fruit. The truth is, you don't have to completely eliminate it, but you do need to be mindful. If you've been dealing with leg pain, stiffness, or swelling that seems to come from nowhere, pineapple might be part of the problem. Now, if a fruit known for its anti-inflammatory power can backfire like this, what about one that's loved for muscle strength? 2. Bananas. The muscle imposter. Bananas are often seen as the perfect energy food, soft, convenient, and rich in potassium. They're said to prevent cramps and boost muscle recovery. But for aging bodies, the story is different. Bananas contain a high amount of natural sugar and quick-digesting carbohydrates. For younger people, that's a fast source of energy. For seniors, It's a fast way to spike blood sugar. Over time, those spikes trigger insulin resistance, inflammation, and poor circulation, all of which directly affect the legs. If you've ever felt heaviness in your legs after meals or noticed stiffness in your calves while climbing stairs, bananas could be a hidden factor. They also encourage fluid retention, particularly in people with heart issues. That means more swelling around the ankles, stiffer joints, and sore feet at the end of the day. Bananas aren't bad, but when eaten daily, especially by older adults with slower metabolism, they can subtly contribute to the very weakness they're supposed to prevent. If your legs often feel heavy or tired, or you deal with swelling and stiffness, it might be time to reconsider how often you're reaching for that banana. 3. Grapes. The sweet culprit behind joint pain, tiny, juicy, and easy to snack on. Grapes are loved by almost everyone. They're even labeled as heart healthy. But for seniors, grapes can trigger subtle but persistent inflammation. The problem lies in their fructose content. Fructose is a natural sugar that, when consumed in excess, gets processed by the liver and turned into fat and uric acid. When uric acid builds up, it tends to settle in the joints, especially the toes, ankles, and knees, causing sharp pain, swelling, and stiffness. If you've ever felt a burning pain in your big toe at night or experienced sudden stiffness after sitting, high uric acid from fruits like grapes might be playing a role. On top of that, fructose fuels systemic inflammation, which further slows movement and increases joint discomfort. Grapes are also dangerously easy to overeat. You can munch on handful after handful without realizing you've just consumed the sugar equivalent of a can of soda. So, while grapes might seem like a healthy, natural snack, they can actually reduce flexibility, worsen stiffness, and add to that sense of leg fatigue over time. 4. Watermelon. The deceptive hydrator. Watermelon seems harmless. It's light, juicy, and mostly water, right? That's why so many people consider it the perfect fruit for hydration. But inside that watery sweetness hides another problem, an extremely high glycemic index. Watermelon raises blood sugar levels almost as fast as candy. For aging bodies that already struggle with insulin regulation, those spikes lead to inflammation and fluid retention, especially in the legs. You might notice your ankles swelling after eating it, or your legs feeling heavier during walks. That's because blood sugar fluctuations create a chain reaction that affects circulation and muscle oxygen levels. It's easy to eat large portions of watermelon because it feels so light, but that only compounds the effect. More sugar, more stress on the blood vessels, and more inflammation. What seems like hydration might actually be worsening stiffness and fatigue in your lower body. 5. Oranges. The acidic attack on aging joints. Oranges are everywhere, at breakfast, in juices, and in supplements. They're famous for vitamin C and immune support. But for older adults, their high acidity can be a hidden irritant. Citric acid, while harmless to most young adults, can be harsh on aging tissues and joints. If you already struggle with arthritis, morning stiffness, or hip pain, the acidity in oranges can intensify inflammation. Combined with the natural sugar in orange juice, it causes blood sugar swings that worsen swelling and discomfort in the knees and ankles. That daily glass of orange juice you've been told is healthy might actually be fueling the stiffness you feel when getting up from a chair. You don't need to eliminate vitamin C, but it's worth getting it from lower acid sources like kiwi, papaya, or bell peppers. 6. Green apples. The sour strain on your legs. Green apples look pure and clean. They're crisp, refreshing, and often seen as the healthy apple choice. But for seniors, they can be surprisingly irritating. Green apples contain malic acid, the compound that gives them their tangy flavor. For younger people, it's harmless. But for older adults, malic acid can irritate the digestive system and even inflame sensitive joint tissues. Many seniors who eat green apples daily report thigh soreness, hip tightness, or a subtle burning in the knees or feet. That's not coincidence. It's how acid buildup affects the joints over time. And while they taste less sweet than red apples, green apples still contain enough natural sugar to cause small but frequent blood sugar spikes. When this happens every day, the result can be nighttime leg cramps, morning stiffness, and gradual fatigue in the muscles. Eating one occasionally is fine, but if you snack on them regularly, especially raw or before bed, you might be making your legs work harder than they should. 7. Mango, the sugar bomb for aging joints. Sweet, soft, and irresistible, mangoes are among the most beloved fruits in the world. But they're also one of the highest in natural sugar. For seniors, that sugar hit can be more dangerous than it seems. Mango spikes your blood glucose faster than almost any other fruit. That spike triggers inflammation, especially in the small tissues and nerves around your joints. If you've ever felt a burning or tingling sensation in your toes, or swelling in your feet after dinner, mango could be contributing. Because it tastes light and natural, it's easy to overeat, making the effects worse. Over time, that excess sugar fuels stiffness, joint pain, and slower recovery after walking or exercise. The sad irony is that mango feels like a treat from nature. And it is, but that doesn't mean it's harmless for aging circulation and joints. You've now seen all 7 fruits that may be quietly harming your mobility and leg strength. But don't worry, there's good news. Some fruits do the exact opposite. They can support healthy circulation, reduce inflammation, and strengthen your legs from the inside out. Let's talk about those. Fruits that strengthen your legs and protect your joints. Start with berries. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. These small fruits are packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation and improve circulation. They have very little sugar and are gentle on your blood vessels, helping your legs stay strong and flexible. Next are cherries. In moderation, cherries help lower uric acid levels and prevent gout flare-ups. They ease joint swelling and that burning sensation in the knees or toes that many seniors struggle with. Avocados are another excellent choice. Technically a fruit, they're full of healthy fats that reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and provide lasting energy. They also help lubricate your joints and keep your muscles nourished. If you want something tropical, try papaya. It's rich in natural enzymes that support digestion and reduce inflammation without causing acidity or sugar spikes. It's especially gentle on aging joints. And finally, pears, a mild, fiber-rich fruit that offers a touch of sweetness without burdening your circulation. Pairing pears with protein or nuts can help keep your energy steady throughout the day. These fruits work with your body instead of against it. They support circulation, reduce pain, and help you regain that feeling of lightness and strength when you move. If you've stayed with me this far, it means you truly care about your strength, independence, and quality of life. And here's what I want you to remember. It's never too late to make changes that matter. The stiffness, swelling, or weakness you feel isn't just getting old. Often, it's your body reacting to small, daily choices you can easily adjust starting today. The fruits we discussed aren't bad. They're just not the right fit for everybody, especially after 60. Aging isn't about giving up. It's about getting smarter with what you eat, how you move, and how you care for yourself. When you start choosing food that support your circulation and protect your joints, you'll feel the difference. Less pain, smoother movement, lighter steps, and more confidence in every stride. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which fruit surprised you the most today? What changes will you make after hearing this? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because your experience might help someone else take the first step toward stronger, healthier legs. If this video opened your eyes or helped you understand your body better, please click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next health secret that could transform how you age. Stay strong, stay mindful, and remember, your independence lives in your legs. Take care of them, and they'll take care of you.